The Arctic shift for decades. The Arctic was seen as distant, frozen, and irrelevant. A white space at the top of the map that few people talked about. But that is no longer true. Today, the Arctic is warming faster than any other region on Earth. And with that change, something much bigger is happening. The Arctic is turning into the world's next geopolitical battlefield. Why Greenland matters. At the center of this new attention lies one enormous island, Greenland. It is the largest island on the planet, covered mostly by thick ice sheets that are thousands of years old. Its population is smaller than many American towns, yet its importance is larger than most countries. Because in global politics, size does not matter as much as position. Location, the real power. Greenland sits between North America and Europe. It stands directly between the United States and Russia. This location makes it one of the most strategic pieces of land on Earth. From Greenland, military systems can track aircraft, missiles, and satellites moving across the Arctic. During the Cold War, the United States already understood this value. That's why America built and still operates military facilities there. Greenland is not just land, it is a strategic shield.
Gentlemen,
U.S. military and security. The U.S. presence in Greenland plays a key role in early warning defense systems. These systems can detect missile launches in seconds. In modern warfare, those seconds can decide everything. As global tensions rise, this Arctic position becomes even more critical for American security, especially when potential rivals are closer than ever. The Russian factor. Russia has the longest Arctic coastline in the world, and it has been heavily investing in the region. New military bases, advanced icebreaker fleets, expanded missile systems. For Russia, the Arctic is not future strategy, it is current policy. And every move Russia makes in the Arctic is carefully watched in Washington. China enters the Arctic. China does not border the Arctic, yet it calls itself a near-Arctic power. China has invested in Arctic research, shipping routes, and infrastructure. Its long-term goal is clear: access to resources, access to trade routes, access to influence. For the United States, this changes the entire strategic picture. Resources beneath the ice. Greenland is rich in rare earth minerals. These minerals are essential for modern life. Smartphones, electric vehicles, military technology, advanced weapon systems. Today, much of the world depends on limited suppliers for these materials. Control over rare earths means leverage, economic leverage, technological leverage, military leverage. As the ice melts, these resources become easier to reach. Climate change, the game changer. Climate change is not just an environmental issue here, it is a strategic one. As Arctic ice melts, new shipping routes are opening across the top of the world. These routes are much shorter than traditional paths through the Suez or Panama canals. For global trade, this could save time, fuel, and billions of dollars, but only for those who control the routes. A new trade map. Imagine ships traveling from Asia to Europe in nearly half the time. Imagine fewer choke points, fewer political risks, and faster delivery. This is why the Arctic matters to global trade, and Greenland sits right next to these emerging routes. The shocking idea. In this context, a controversial idea shocked the world. What if the United States bought Greenland? At first, it sounded like a joke, an unrealistic headline, an impossible deal. But behind the controversy, there was a deeper logic. The business mindset. The idea reflected a business-style approach to geopolitics, long-term investment, strategic assets, future returns. From that perspective, Greenland represented security, resources, and influence for generations. Not just for today, but for decades to come. Global reaction. The response was immediate. Denmark, which governs Greenland, rejected the idea clearly and publicly. Greenland's leaders and citizens also spoke out. They made one thing clear: Greenland is not for sale. The human side. For the people of Greenland, this conversation was about identity, sovereignty, and respect. They want development. They want partnerships, but they do not want ownership imposed from outside. This reminded the world of an important truth. Geopolitics is not just about land and power. It is about people. What this really means. The Greenland controversy was never just about buying an island. It was a signal that the Arctic is no longer ignored, a signal that global competition is moving north, a signal that future power may be decided in places once considered frozen and distant. The bigger picture. Greenland represents something much larger than itself. It represents the future of security, the future of resources, the future of global trade, and most importantly, the future balance of power. Final thought. The Arctic is warming, interest is rising, and competition is intensifying. Greenland may look quiet on the map, but in the coming years, it could be one of the loudest names in global politics.